What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in this quick video, I wanted to go over some really good news on Dakar Desert Rally. So we did get a hot fix today on PlayStation and PC, and I did hear that it's going to be coming out on Xbox later on and or sometime today as well. But this hot fix is going to fix the save loss pretty much when playing the game and or having like the autosave feature, not actually saving the game. Apparently this has fixed that. I will also be testing this out on PS5 and like not saving my synced data and all that to see what it's going to do. But let me know in the comments below if you guys still experience this and or if you're not having issues anymore, because I'm not gonna lie, seeing a lot of players lose hours of gameplay, including myself, is definitely not fun. I think I saw someone lose like 9 hours of gameplay, which is definitely going to be pretty insane considering the fact that if you did put all that time into the game and you pretty much lost everything you just did, I feel like that's going to stir a lot of players away from the game because of that. I was honestly pretty upset when I lost 5 levels, so I could not imagine losing like 15 or 20, and pretty much all those cool cars you got from doing like the end of the races when spinning like that lottery thing. So let's hope this hotfix definitely put a stop to that, because I feel like that was making a lot of players afraid to play the game. So if you guys are still having issues and or still losing progress, definitely let me know in the comments below. We definitely want that out there, so at least the devs do know we're having issues with that still if there is something. Now the other thing that they also fixed makes me really happy, and one thing I can also confirm, because I have been playing Dakar for around an hour now or so, and I have not had any issues with this. So I'm sure a lot of players have been experiencing like the weird glitching and or like frame hitching and or freezing, whatever you want to call that, when going over like a waypoint, or maybe the auto saving thing as well. So finally this has been fixed in the hotfix as well, and like I did mention before, I have been playing over an hour. I did mess around with the ATV in a race. I also jumped in with like a truck, a car. I had no issues with freezing at all, which is awesome, guys. I think this is definitely overdue, but I also understand how hard some of this stuff can be to fix, so I'm really not getting mad at the dev team on that. And I feel like this is probably going to help a lot of players with the game at the moment as well, because one of my biggest issues was the freezing I was having. For example, last night, I pretty much got off the car because I literally couldn't deal with the freezing anymore. It would happen like the more you did the races and or the more you played the game, it seemed to happen. And I feel like a lot of players are going to have a better experience on Dakar now, the fact that you're not glitching and or freezing. Plus we finally are not going to lose hours of save data as well. Hopefully at least that's not going to be a reoccurring bug or something like that, but I'm just really glad the freezing is going to be fixed, because that was honestly making this game so hard to play and almost unplayable, to a point where I would basically expect the game to start freezing after a couple of races, so I would always close the game out just to try to refresh it, to then have a couple of more races without the freezing. And the game was basically freezing every single time the autosave thing came up and or I'd hit a checkpoint, so the game was getting almost unplayable. And the funniest part about this was the only way I could probably fix this for a little while was to basically close the game out and then get back on it, and that was actually fixing it for a little bit. But one thing I did notice though, the longer you played Dakar before the hotfix, the faster the game would start freezing and or having issues. I even had a point where I literally could not even go through the menu without it glitching super hard, so I had to close the game out again and then get back on it. So having this fix is going to make this game so much better. Now I was seeing some people saying the game was crashing on PC, so let me know in the comments below if you are still having issues with the game crashing. For me on PS5, I think I only had the game crash like one time the entire time I was on it. So luckily I really haven't had any issues with that, so that's definitely a nice plus there. And apparently the AI are also going to be fixed as well, which I have been playing, guys, like I said, for a little over an hour. And the AI honestly weren't as bad as they were before, so maybe that was also in the patch as well, but there's really not a ton on the patch notes at the moment, and I do believe this is just a hot fix to fix the main issues players are experiencing with the game, which I do think is awesome. I would say the save data issue and or the freezing is probably going to be like the biggest things overall. But let's hope the PC doesn't keep having issues with it crashing, and or hopefully that will be fixed as well. But again, let me know in the comments below if you guys are still experiencing issues like that. I'm really happy that the game is going in a better direction with some of the main things being fixed here. And I would say things like the handling and or maybe issues with like the physics will all be addressed in a future patch as well. So definitely stay tuned for videos on that. I'm also planning on covering future patches as well, because I know a lot of players do like to know what's going on, including myself as well, because I'm really happy to see patches like this coming out that are going to make the overall experience of Dakar Desert Rally a lot better.